Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am here to give you my WWE Fastlane 2015 review. I thought Fastlane was actually a decent show. It wasn't a great show, and it wasn't like a shitty show. It was a decent show, though. I thought it was a decent show. It definitely picked up towards the end, and I'll talk about each thing as it goes on. Alright, so, starting with the pre-show, we get the panel of Renee Young, Booker T, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton. And we get JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary for this pre-show and the main show. Like, they were on commentary for both things. Now, this didn't actually happen on the show. This happened throughout the week, but I haven't been able to give you my thoughts about this yet, so I figured I'd go ahead and do that now. Seth Rollins and Jon Stewart, feud. I think it's kind of stupid that they're having a feud. They totally planned this because of the way, you can just tell by the way Seth Rollins talked in his promo from Raw last Monday, talking about Jon Stewart trashing him, talking about how if he took over the Daily Show, he would make it watchable. And then Jon Stewart responded with a video on his phone, saying that he made a mistake messing with the wrong guy. He may have stabbed his Shield brother into it, which had consisted of Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns. And he said that I'm gonna beat you up so bad. And he talked about how he's pretty much a kiss up to the Authority, which consists of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, Big Show, Corporate Kane, and J&J Security, Jamie Noble, and Joey Mercury. And he says that he's gonna come after him, and no one's gonna be, and J&J Security won't be able to save him. And then Seth Rollins responds saying that he'll be at Fastlane and Raw, so you can't miss him. Yeah, I thought I think this feud's been payable. When Jon Stewart sent that video, his acting I thought was just bad. I just thought it was bad. I hope they just do it on Raw, get it out of the way, because I don't want Seth Rollins to look bad because of this. Alright, so then Eric Rowan, Dolph Ziggler, and Ryback got interviewed because they have a match with Kane, Big Show, and Rollins. Ziggler talks about how they've been humiliated by the Authority for months now, and they're not going to take it anymore. Ryback said that what's best for business is just for the people to see Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback kick the Authority's ass. And then Eric Rowan says something, and I don't remember what he said. And then Renee Young interviews Dean Ambrose. And I actually thought this was good stuff. Dean Ambrose says that he when he was watching as a kid, he felt that the Intercontinental, because he has a match with B&B later for the IC title, when he was watching people just went in there and fought for the Intercontinental Championship like it was a top championship. And he says nowadays he doesn't feel like it's like that anymore, and he feels like that he wants to make it like that again. He says that if he wins the IC title from Bad News Barrett, he will defend the title all the time and be a fighting champion. That's pretty much what he says. I thought this was great stuff. And they showed a little videos of everything he was talking about what's going on with him and Bad News Barrett and all that. So I thought this was great. And then the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie, get interviewed, and they say that they've been embarrassing Paige outside the ring, but they say tonight they're going to embarrass her inside the ring. I really didn't care about this. And then they had the Q&A with the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, the tag team champions. And then they say they only asked 3 questions. One of them was how they felt about their father Rikishi going into the Hall of Fame, and they said that they feel great about it. They're happy to see him go in the Hall of Fame. And then they asked him how what was the second question they asked him? What was your biggest accomplishment other than winning the WWE Tag Team titles? They said when they danced on Raw with their father. And then they asked what has been your biggest setback since to get you into your dream, and they say that they always had matching hats and all that, and that they were always competitive. So I thought that was decent stuff. It was an okay Q&A. At least they do this. It's something new that they do every month. And then they show another Sheamus video package about his return hyping up his return. They just combined in the two video packages that they made before. And then we get Miz TV with Paul Heyman, which is hosted by The Miz, and he comes out with Damien Mizdow, and everyone wanted Damien Mizdow, and The Miz forces Damien Mizdow to sit in the like one of the corners in the turnbuckles, and he does. I thought that was awesome, and they're really doing a good job making Miz a heel. So then he brings out Paul Heyman, and Miz asks him if his client Brock Lesnar's there tonight, and he says Miz is a good actor, but he's pretending that he's not afraid of Brock Lesnar when he can't hide it. He is afraid of Brock Lesnar. And Miz says that he's not afraid of Brock Lesnar. He beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania and retained his title, and that's something that your client's never done. And he asks him who would Brock Lesnar would rather face who would Brock Lesnar rather defend his title against tonight, Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan, because whoever wins the match between Bryan and Reigns faces Lesnar for the title. And Paul Heyman says that he doesn't care. If it's Daniel Bryan, he'll just lose. Everyone will be chanting. And actually, at one point, Paul Heyman's didn't like the way that Damien Mizdow was looking at him. So then the Miz made him turn around, which I thought was awesome. And then Paul Heyman says that if Daniel Bryan wins, the crowd would be chanting yes, 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 but he'll lose to Brock Lesnar just like Roman Reigns will. So I like this. It was decent. I thought it was alright. I think it didn't go on though until about 10 minutes before the pre-show ended. But yeah, that was the pre-show. To be honest with you, these things should not be an hour. The only times they can be an hour are during the big pay-per-views like Survivor Series, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble. Other than that, they really shouldn't be an hour. It should only be a half hour. Because they don't even do anything, really. I understand they want to hype it up, but they don't do anything until the last 10 minutes, so it really shouldn't be an hour. So now on to this show. So we got the commentators, that was the same. We get the first match, it's Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan and Ryback versus Big Show, Corporate Kane and Seth Rollins with J&J Security ringside. This was a decent match. The face team pretty much dominates the heel team. And then Eric Rowan tries to attack Big Show on the outside. He goes for the heel kick, and then he accidentally kicks his foot on the steel post, so they dominate Rowan for a while, attack his leg. And then Rowan DDTs Big Show, tags in Ryback, he gets a hot tag. And then the chaos breaks loose pretty much. Rollins tries to go off the top and hit a high knee on Ryback, and then he counters into the show stop, but Big Show splashes him, so he can't take advantage and make the cover. So then he tags Ziggler back in. He starts going off on Corporate Kane. And then, J&J Security, I think, distract the ref. Big Show knocks out Ziggler as he's punching Kane on the turnbuckle, and Kane chokeslams him for the win. That's about it. I didn't really think the match was all that special. It just kind of felt like it was just thrown on there, even though it really wasn't, because they did build this up sort of this week. But it just kind of felt like it was just there. And then afterwards, Big Show, the Authority just lays out Ryback and Rowan. They double choke slam Ryback and lay out Rowan with a curb stomp. And then Randy Orton finally makes his return. It's about fucking time. He's been gone since November, just before Survivor Series, and now they're finally bringing him back. It's about time. He comes out, he RKO's J&J Security, and he tries to DDT Rollins, but Big Show pulls him out, and Rollins, and then he RKO's Kane. So Rollins runs away, and he runs off, leaves the arena. I thought this was great. Now they're definitely going to set up a match between Orton and Rollins at Mania, and I can't wait to see it. I'm glad that Orton's finally back. To be very honest with you, I kind of missed Orton, and I'm not really a big Randy Orton fan, but he needed to come back. Not that the company needed him, but I just really missed him on the show, and he was just gone for so long. I think he needed to be on the show, and him being face, I think it's going to be a good thing. It's because when he was face just before he went and shot that movie, he was actually pretty entertaining. So then Goldust is backstage, and Dusty Rhodes comes up and says that he doesn't want Goldust to hurt Cody because he knows that they're brothers and they love them both very much. They mean the world to him. And Goldust says that he remembers when him and Cody were younger, and they watched him on TV, which I thought was weird because Goldust is actually older than Cody. I don't know what he was trying to say there, but he said he wanted to be a WWE superstar like you, and he says that would do this for him. But Goldust says tonight he's not fighting Cody. He's fighting Stardust, and he says that he's gonna beat the hell out of Stardust until Cody Rhodes doesn't want to dress up as Stardust anymore. So I thought that was actually a pretty decent promo. So then we get Stardust versus Goldust. Stardust doesn't wrestle in the shirt that Goldust does now. He just wrestles like he's Cody Rhodes, but he's also Stardust. But he definitely is Stardust, and he wrestles in white pants now, and so I thought that was cool. So the match wasn't anything special. I think because they're gonna do it again at Mania, so they didn't want to do anything spectacular here. Because I definitely think they are capable of having a good match. Goldust pretty much dominates Stardust throughout the beginning, and then he tries to go off the top, and Stardust gets the boot up, and he hurts his ribs. And then Stardust just continues to attack Goldust, and he goes for crossroads, and then Goldust counters with a roll up, and the referee didn't make the 3 count. He counted 2, but his hand didn't tap for 3. So Goldust didn't really win here. I think but he does win. And this is I thought this was fine though, because this is a way they can have another match at Mania. And then Goldust tries to shake Stardust's hand after, but Stardust leaves. And then it shows Goldust and Dusty Rhodes backstage, and Goldust says that he just has to beat the crap out of Stardust because he's gonna continue to be like this. He's gonna continue to think he's Stardust. And then Stardust attacks Goldust, just beats the crap out of him. And then he says that Cody Rhodes is dead. And then he talks about all the characters he had, like the Legacy character when he was with Orton and Ted DiBiase Jr., the Dashing Cody Rhodes when he was in the Mask Cody Rhodes, Intercontinental Champion. I thought that was great stuff. And then he talks about how Goldust was a failure in the Attitude Era, and all this just pretty much trashes Goldust. And then he says that he's not living in Dusty Rhodes' shadow. Dusty Rhodes is living in Stardust's shadow, and then he kicks Goldust in the face. So I thought this was just great. I liked the stuff between Gold and Stardust tonight. It was good stuff. And then the Usos defend the tag team titles against Cesaro and Tyson Kidd and the Usos had Naomi in the corner, and Kidd and Cesaro had Natalya in the corner. I didn't really find the match. I thought the match was kind of rushed, but it was still actually a pretty decent match. One of the Usos, Samoan, drops Tyson Kidd into the barricade. It was just pretty decent stuff. Cesaro does the superplex over the ropes, and then he does the apron suplex, and Tyson Kidd does the elbow drop. Cesaro did a one-legged swing into a Boston Crab. That was cool. Just a lot of cool stuff from this match. But then eventually Cesaro hits an uppercut on one of the Usos, and then Tyson Kidd hits the Fisherman's neckbreaker move for the win. And we get new tag team champions. I was actually surprised. I didn't think they would win, and I thought it was cool. I still think Cesaro should be used better, but at least they're going in a step in the right direction. And they had him win the tag team titles. I was surprised. I actually thought the Usos were going to retain, but I guess not. The Cesaro and Kidd retained, so I thought that was awesome. So then we get the Triple H and Sting face-off. This was good stuff. Triple H came out in street clothes. He didn't come out like he was in a suit, and I thought that was good because that really helped this segment. It made it feel like it was going to be something special because normally he's always coming out like he's in the suit. And he even said tonight, I'm not the COO of the WWE. I'm a fighter. And he calls out Sting. Sting comes out. Triple H talks about how he was the franchise of WCW, the face of WCW. It says he respect going down with the ship. Talks about he's trying to destroy the WWE because without him and Stephanie McMahon, there is no WWE. Pretty much the same thing he's been saying the past couple of weeks. And then he says that he's going to offer Sting a deal that they can do business together and they can make Sting really big by making him sell all of this merchandise, action figures, everything. Sting can be bigger in 2015 than he ever was in his career. or Triple H can just beat the crap out of Sting and they can just forget about him. And Sting doesn't give an answer, so Triple H tries to cheap shot him. Sting starts going off on him, but then Triple H hits him off the head with a microphone, starts going off on Sting, and then Triple H grabs the sledgehammer, goes to hit Sting with it, but then Sting has the baseball bat, and he forces Triple H in the corner, holds him back in the corner, and then points to the Mania sign, referencing that they want to have a match at Mania, and then Triple H accepts. And then Triple H tries to attack Sting, but Sting hits him with the baseball bat, lays him out with the Scorpion Death Drop, and then that was it. I thought this was great stuff. This actually hyped me to see I was already hyped anyways, but this hyped me even more to see the Mania match, and I can't wait. And I think the Mania, I like the stuff that they did tonight, and I wonder what they're gonna do throughout the weeks to advance the feud. Alright, so then we get Nikki Bella with Brie Bella, and Nikki was defending her title, Divas Championship, against Paige. I didn't care for the match. They had some good spots in there, like Paige rolled up Nikki in the corner. Nikki Bella did a power bomb. That was really about it. And then Nikki rolls her up and holds the tights for the win. I didn't really care for the match that much. I wasn't really interested in it. Okay, so then we get Bad News Barrett defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose. I thought it was a decent match. Bad News Barrett big boots Ambrose off the top turnbuckle. He bounces his head off the steps. He just dominates the match for a while. Hits a big boot on him again. And then Ambrose starts to make a comeback. He hits the clothesline and the Bulldog. And then he tried to reap, and he hits the drop kick into the corner. And then Barrett kicked Ambrose in the ribs, and Ambrose tried to bounce off the ropes into his clothesline like he normally does, but Barrett countered into a wasteland, and Ambrose kicked out. I thought that was cool. And then Ambrose hits a wicked clothesline. He's going to set up for the Dirty Deeds, but Barrett goes outside the ring. He grabbed his title like he's going to leave, and then Ambrose hits a suicide dive on Barrett, and Barrett keeps trying to leave, but Ambrose keeps keeping him from leaving, and then Ambrose just keeps attacking Barrett in the corner, and Ambrose gets disqualified. So Barrett retains, and he keeps attacking him, just destroys Bad News Barrett, and then he hits Dirty Deeds on him and leaves with his title. So I thought this was great stuff. I bet Ambrose, and he was like, "Why are you running?" Saying you're a real champion. Real champions don't run. So I like this. I actually like this. I still think it sucks that Ambrose is back in the mid card, but whatever. And then we get the next segment, and the next segment was just awesome. So then these druids come out, and then the Undertaker's theme song goes off. So we're thinking the Undertaker's going to return right on this show, and I actually was thinking that myself, because at first I was thinking they're not going to give away Undertaker return on a no-name show, but I was thinking, you know what? They're giving away the network for free because it was free for new subscribers. Maybe they want to have people tune in that are watching this. But when everyone comes out, when the casket comes up, Bray Wyatt comes out of the casket, and we find out that Bray Wyatt was sending these messages to the Undertaker, talking about how he doesn't feel him anymore after what happened to him last year. Says he's just like every one of us now. His soul is missing. I thought it was great stuff, and he said that he's pretty much saying that he wants to challenge Undertaker to a match at WrestleMania. I thought this was great stuff by Bray Wyatt. I thought it was great. He says he's the new face of fear. This was great stuff by Bray Wyatt. I still kind of don't want to see the match, just because I'm not really sure how it's going to turn out, but I think the build-up should be pretty good. I can't wait to see how Undertaker responds. When he returns, though, I've been talking about this with some people, and we were saying that if Undertaker does return, he has to at least talk about the streak, and I wonder if they're going to use this feud to talk about that, saying when Bray Wyatt's talking about how Undertaker's not the same guy that he once was because he lost his streak, so I wonder if that's what this feud's for. So then Rusev is with Lana, defends his U.S. title, United States, against John Cena. John Cena just decks Rusev right in the face right away. Like, Rusev kicks Cena in the leg and just punches him right away. That was cool. And then Rusev just starts going off on Cena. He hits a spin kick. He knocks him off the apron into the barricade. I thought that was decent stuff. Cena hit the drop kick. I got a text. I'll check that afterwards. Cena hit the drop kick. Rusev kicks out, and then Rusev hit the drop kick of his own. That was cool. And then Cena hit a suplex, and then Rusev did the same thing. They just really went back and forth. Cena hit a tornado DDT off the top turnbuckle. Rusev kicked out of that. Rusev hit an Alabama slam. Cena kicked out of that. Rusev multiple times tried to go for the accolade, the submission move, but Cena just was one step ahead of Rusev, just kept countering and countering. Cena did his 5 moves of doom, tried to go for the AA. Rusev countered into a DDT. Cena kicked out of that. And then, what else happened? Let me think, because I can't name move for move what happened. And then Cena did hit the AA. Rusev kicked out of it. He got Rusev in a crossface, and the commentators were saying that it was the STF, but it really fucking wasn't, so I thought that was bullshit that they were saying that. And then Rusev did get out of it, though. He tried to go for the STF. Rusev got out of that, powered out, and then Rusev got Cena in the accolade, and Cena's just about to power out of this move, and then Lana gets on the apron, distracts the ref. Rusev low blows, Cena super kicks him, and then gets him in the accolade. Cena passes out, and Rusev wins. I actually was shocked. I didn't think that Rusev was going to win. Well, he didn't really win clean, but I didn't think there was going to be a winner. I thought it was going to go to a disqualification or count-out, but no, Rusev won. And then afterwards, Cena leaves, refuses help to leave. He just walks out by himself. And I definitely think they're going to have a second match at Mania, and Rusev will finally lose. Unfortunately, have to be to John Cena, but Rusev will lose, and Cena will be the new U.S. champion. Alright, so now we get the main event, Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. Winner goes on to face Lesnar for the title at Mania, and then will be them in the main event at WrestleMania. And the main event's finally set. We know what the main event's going to be for the title, and they just really went at it. Daniel Bryan tried to put Roman Reigns in a surfboard submission move. Roman Reigns powered out with his legs before he can even get the move in. Roman Reigns threw Bryan into the barricade and aproned him multiple times. Daniel Bryan hit a kick on Roman Reigns that really took out his legs. He tried to get him into like some sort of submission move. Roman Reigns fought out of it. And then trying to think, Roman Reigns did hit a Samoan drop and started doing all his moves that he normally does, but Daniel Bryan fought out of him. Roman Reigns threw Bryan into the barricade. Roman Reigns at one point tried to go for the Superman punch, and then Daniel Bryan kicked him right in the ribs, and he really sold that move really well. It was really awesome. And Roman Reigns had hernia surgery, so the commentators were playing that up. Daniel Bryan hit 3 drop kicks in the corner, hit 2 suicide dives outside the ring, and then he tried to do another one, and then Roman Reigns countered to a belly-to-belly suplex on the outside, tried to spear Daniel Bryan, but he went shoulder first into the steel steps. And then they both get back in the ring before the 10 count, because if they had gotten counted out, they wouldn't be able to main event Mania. And then Daniel Bryan gets Reigns in the yes lock. Reigns gets the ropes and fights out. Daniel Bryan tried to go off the top, but Roman Reigns countered into a Superman punch, and Bryan kicked out of it. Bryan hit a Hurricanrana, went for a Hurricanrana. Roman Reigns countered to a powerbomb, and Daniel Bryan kicked out of that. And then Daniel Bryan hit the running knee on Reigns, and Reigns kicked out of that. And that's the first time anyone's ever kicked out of that, so I thought it was awesome. Daniel Bryan hits the yes kick, and he really gets one on Reigns, hit right in the head. Reigns kicked out. Bryan got the yes lock again on Reigns. Reigns this time just broke the move. And then Bryan got him in the triangle choke. Reigns powered out of that. And then Bryan went for a second running knee. Reigns hits a spear, covers him, gets the win. And Roman Reigns is going to go on to face Brock Lesnar for the title at Mania. Then afterwards, Bryan and Reigns shake hands, and Bryan says, "You better kick his ass at Mania." And I thought it was great stuff. And now I'm glad WWE finally did this. They didn't do any bullshit by having a double counter with a triple threat match. Having Sheamus run in and cost Bryan the match. They had the match end clean. Reigns won, and I thought Reigns looked great out there. I thought it was great stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. As for this pay-per-view, I actually did think it, like I said, it's a decent pay-per-view. I thought I was kind of bored throughout like the first couple of hours of the pay-per-view. Like I didn't really find Paige or Nikki Bella that good of a match. Ambrose Barrett was okay. The tag title match I didn't find good. I did like the Gold and Stardust stuff. The 6-man wasn't that good. You know what really kind of dragged me was the pre-show. That took a lot of energy. Like it really took a lot of energy to sit through that. Like, man, if they do a 2-hour pre-show at Mania, I don't know how the hell. I can barely sit through a 1-hour one. Like, they really need to do something to hype up the pre-show. I understand you want to hype up the matches, but come on. It does not need to be an hour. I might be crazy here, though, but tell me if you think the pre-show needs to be an hour. I am happy, though, that Cesaro and Tyson Kidd are the tag team champions. Tyson Kidd's finally getting a spot on the show, and Cesaro's going at least in the right step in the direction, and it makes it more unpredictable. And the Bray Wyatt stuff was cool on the show. Anything else good? That's about it. Yeah, so this pay-per-view was decent. I didn't think it was anything amazing. And this Triple H Sting stuff was good. You got some matches set for Mania. Triple H versus Sting. Brock Lesnar defending the title against Reigns. And possibly Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. It's technically we know it's gonna happen, but it's not confirmed yet. I wonder if we'll answer the challenge tomorrow on Raw. And we're gonna probably get Orton versus Rollins at Mania. Possibly Rusev versus Cena again, which was actually another good match on the show. We're gonna get Goldust versus Stardust. I'm not really sure what the case is gonna be with Miz and Mizdow, not gonna lie, just due to the fact that Mizdow didn't do anything on the show to him, but Miz treated him more like crap on the show, well, on the pre-show anyway. So to be honest with you, I think Mania could be decent this year. I don't know if it's gonna be better than last year's, but I actually think Mania's. I'm pretty excited for WrestleMania this year, not gonna lie. And we're probably gonna get Bad News Barrett versus Ambrose again. Other than that, and I think we're gonna get Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, just because I don't really know what else Bryan can do. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. You can click right here to click right here to subscribe, and